I want to ask you a question. I'm very curious about your opinion about this because we have all of what Donald Trump has been saying and doing this year in terms of the pandemic. He's been, in his own words, downplaying it, and his complete failure to respond to it doesn't appear to be hurting him that much. And he says that he wants to do this to calm people down, while at the same time he's trying to convince people that Antifa is about to come take over their homes in suburbia or whatever. And so at the same time, especially during the pandemic, we've had the explosion online of conspiracy theories, with QAnon being the most common one. Is there any connection between those two things, or are they just happening at the same time?
Okay, so one of the most concerning features of our political system is QAnon, and the emergence of conspiracy theories. Donald Trump was a leading birtherist, and now we have QAnon, which I'm not alone among commentators in drawing strong connections between QAnon and the protocols of the Elders of Zion, the conspiracy theory at the heart of National Socialism. The idea was there's a secret cabal of elites. This secret cabal of elites is trying to bring socialism and communism and destroy the national traditions. They're in cahoots with, as Joseph Goebbels puts it in his speeches, the international underworld. So the idea is, the criminals are together with the communists, and in this case, Muslims are playing to some extent the role Jews used to play as the sort of hidden world enemy. And all of this is coming together in QAnon. And this kind of conspiracy theory is devastating. It undermines all public trust. It undermines any capacity to recognize competing political views as legitimate. So when you think your opponent is hiding pedophilic sex rings, we also have elements here with QAnon of blood libel against the Jews. That blood libel was the claim that Jews were trying to use the blood of Christian babies. So the idea is we're going to protect the children. We're going to protect the children from this devious, evil threat. It's somehow elites and in cities trying to bring communism and debauchery here, and they're operating through our institutions. And we need a strong leader to crush them. And this vindicates violence. It vindicates vigilante violence. It vindicates militias. It vindicates authoritarian rule. As far as the pandemic, I think that we've seen these would-be authoritarians across the world, Bolsonaro in Brazil, Putin, Modi, and Trump all fare very poorly with this pandemic. And I think they don't know how to react to it. Everything's either a friend or an enemy. And in this case, I think the administration, I worry that the administration is viewing it as something, as sort of something that affects other people, the Democrats' voters. At first, they viewed it as a problem with Democrat-led cities and minorities. And now I think it's helping their election strategy, because we see a large lead for Trump among people who want to vote and intend to vote in person, who are not afraid of the pandemic. And so if you exacerbate the pandemic, then those who take it seriously will vote by mail, and those who won't will vote in person. And then what you risk, and then you delegitimize voting by mail, and then you corrupt the election.
Yeah, you delegitimize it even if you yourself have done it. Seemingly everyone in your administration has done it. Now, in the last day, some op-ed that he wrote back in the year 2000 was talking about so positively towards mail-in voting. But yeah, we're not going to convince people of that. So looking forward, obviously Trump staying in office seems like an untenable situation. Biden winning is the alternative, but you don't appear to believe that that's going to simply get rid of QAnon or get rid of the fascistic tendencies in the Republican Party. Is there anything that could be done either by Biden, by the media during that time to try to move in the direction of getting us away from that, to perhaps push the Republican Party in a different direction, to pull some people out of this conspiracy theorizing? Are there any lessons from countries that have transitioned out of fascism?
So I don't think we face fascism in the sense that we still are living in a democracy, but we face the concern that going further down this path will lead to an authoritarianism with a fascist cast. I think that the way Biden is campaigning, clearly recognizing Republicans as legitimate opponents, is something we need for our democracy. I mean, it's no secret that you can see it online that I donated to Bernie Sanders and supported Sanders and Warren. But I think that Biden, by reaching out to his political opponents, is enacting democracy. I also think we need this politics thrives in a moment of fear. People seek a strong leader when they're fearful, when they have great anxiety for their future. And so we face these enormous challenges. Our healthcare system is in tatters. We have massive unemployment. We face catastrophic climate change. The more we can see, all Americans can see that these are challenges that face all of us. The racial injustice, the racial injustice of the prison system. The more people see that these things make us lean to anti-democratic solutions. As Toni Morrison said in 1995, too often the United States looks for fascist solutions to national problems. If we can get people less afraid, feel more secure, then they won't look for these kinds of solutions. They won't feel that. They won't feel the kind of fear that demagogues draw upon in their political campaigns.
Okay. I don't know exactly how to get there, but it is a good target, and hopefully we can figure some things out as we continue this conversation. The book is How Fascism Works: The Politics of Us and Them. Jason Stanley, as always, thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you so much, John.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.